Gaia's Garden, as a concept, was an SMP idea that I had since late 2021, which I understand may be hard to believe considering that only recently I've been putting out a teaser for it. I'm not entirely sure when exactly I'm actually going to post the audition for the SMP, but for now, I do want to talk about its progress. So, unfortunate funny scuff moment. When I first posted the teaser, I was so ready to also post the application for the SMP, but then I actually took a moment to look at the world that I made for it, and this world, the original world that you see in the teaser, is actually really old, and while looking at it, I realized that, it doesn't live up to my standards, and I decided to redo the whole map, which is also why after the teaser was dropped, I didn't immediately post an application form. Whoopsie. When I first built the first map, I did it all in vanilla and just in creative mode, and this was back then when I wasn't using World Edit. When I first started to build in creative, I actually didn't use World Edit. I just did everything in creative mode using either the fill command, or I was just manually placing each block and trying to clone some bits and pieces of it. But now in I want to say 2024, I started to get into the habit of using World Edit, and now I understand how to vaguely use it. I'm not like a master at World Edit yet, but I understand it better now, and I started to use what I understand to terraform the map better, to copy and paste, and to add stuff better, and just in general trying to make this look like something that's just closer to my standard. I know that not every single SMP is like this, not everyone who hosts an SMP are like this, but I personally really like to incorporate my builds into the SMP. I like when there's pre-established builds that can add more to the lore and story, and Gaia's Garden is one of the smaller build scales in my opinion. There's only one main important build, which is that gigantic temple that honestly I can build bigger, but I know my friends will strangle me if I'm like, this is too small for me. I need it to be like 500 chunks. My friends will absolutely murder me if I try to go bigger, so yeah, so this is the size. But I am adding more details than I did in the previous world map. Because I wasn't using World Edit, there are certain type of builds that's hard for me to create. I am terrible at organic builds, like building a giant tree or building like a giant statue. Those are not my forte in building, but with World Edit I can literally use one of those better nether or better better end trees, and then edit the bark and leaves to be different colors and then paste it into the temple, which is something that I did do to make it more like just to make the room less empty, really. And now I decided that Gaia's Garden will be slightly modded, so you're gonna see like little mods here and there. I just think mods help elevate the story rather than like distract from it. I don't like to overdo mods because I sometimes find too much mods get way too overwhelming, but a little bit of mods here and there is really useful. When the applications are open, I do hope things go well, or at least a little bit smoothly. I understand that's like a big hope to have. I do have experience of hosting like private roleplay Minecraft servers with a small knit group of friends, in the past, but this Gaea Gardens will be the first content creator server that I will like host as myself. I'm confident in my hosting a server abilities. It's more like hoping that the people who will get accepted into the SMP are able to communicate and play nice with each other. I think that's every hoster's dream, really. But, you know, let's see.